Beautiful day, beautiful people. Alexia J here. Before we get started with some updates, let me first say from the garden of my heart, Happy Mother's Day to all the nurturers, cultivators, and caregivers out there. Whether you're a mama, a big sister, a auntie, a godmother, a grandmother, or a great grandmother like mine, or someone just holding it down in the spirit of motherhood, we celebrate you today. The heart of Agway beats with the wisdom of mothers, those who came before us and those still walking with us. Every seed we plant, every chick we raise, every prayer we whisper into the soil is built on a legacy of care, of resilience, and of faith. Even for those whose mothers are no longer physically here with us, they're here because their legacy lives on in how we tend to this land and in how we feed our communities and in how we show up for one another. So once again, happy Mother's Day, mothers. You are appreciated. Now let's get into some of these updates. The weather has been showing out with all of this rain. And while the water's a blessing, no doubt, too much too fast will make you shift plans quick. And so that's what we've been doing. We've been adjusting, replanning, and reminding ourselves that we can't rush nature, but you can work with her. The last time we spoke, we were focusing on our new broiler chicks or meat birds. But as you can see, there's more. So these are our layers. These will be added to the current layer flock that we do have. As you can see, there are an array of those layers. We have some Rhode Island Reds, some Barred Rocks, some Buff Orpingtons, some Americanas, and some Olive Eggers that lay green eggs. So we're excited about those. So we got them home and placed them into their new broiler setup with water and feed, and as you can see, I'm dipping their beaks into water and feed so they'll get used to that and know where to go once I'm no longer there. So I'm dipping them there, and as you can see, there's also a heat lamp that is beaming on there, and an extra chick that fell in the behind by our helper. And so mommy's helper wanted to also try to do that. We had to do it again. Make sure we show him how to dip the beak. Not quite, but almost there. So we're going to try again. And as you can see, this next time around, he's going to dip the beaks in. I had to show him exactly where that was. Now we're getting it, cooking with grease, dipping with some in the feed and the water as well. And now we've got all the chicks into the brooder and they are doing well. About a week later, the Cornish Cross chicks finally came in. So these are our other meat birds. But unfortunately, within about 3 days, we lost 11 of the 30 that we ordered due to what the farm store believes as a mishandling in the shipping. But they were really good about it. And so we're waiting on more. But in the meantime, the remaining 19 are doing well. Meanwhile, the Freedom Rangers that arrived first are doing well. They're about 5 weeks now, and so we've moved them into their own space in another building area. And as you can see, they are growing and running well within this space. And so we're hopefully looking forward to putting them outside into the chicken tractor once the weather gets a little bit warmer and they can withstand the temperatures outside and graze as well. So far at 5 weeks, they've eaten 4 40-pound bags of starter feed and 1 50-pound bag of meat bird feed. Now to the gardening side. I thought about waiting to just plant my seeds directly into the soil once it got warmer, but with all the rain, I decided to go ahead and get my seeds started. And so what I'm doing here is soaking my seeds overnight to help jumpstart the germination. So each of the little cups has a group of seeds of the different varieties that we want to plant this season. The next morning, I went outside on the front porch table and had me a little morning worship while I prepared to plant my seeds. I started out with making sure that my seed starter mix was moist before I put it into the tray, just so that I wouldn't have to focus on a lot of watering once I planted the seeds. And then I just began to plant the seeds into the tray, separating them into different groups together, planting them within the holes about 1/4 of an inch deep, and then using a permanent marker to label them, since my label stick somehow magically disappeared. Who knows where they went to. Once all of the seeds were planted, I took my water spray bottle and just watered them in. Just spray them lightly with the mist throughout a couple of times to make sure all of the seeds were accurately and adequately watered. Then I took them down to the basement where that good husband of mine bought and set up a little greenhouse just for my seedlings to go in. He put it together, hooked up all of my grow lights, so that all I had to do was place the trays into the mini greenhouse, and we'll take care of them until it's time to take the plants outside. Speaking of outside, the garlic that we planted over the winter is sprouting up very nicely. We covered it with hay mulch to protect it over the winter, and it is now sprouting, looking good. Not quite ready, but we are excited. We should be able to harvest in about another month and a half. So here's a little something that I want to leave you with today. Sometimes things just don't go as planned, but that doesn't mean you stop planting. You pivot, you pray, you water what's left, and you keep on growing. Take back your power. Grow something. Whether it's a full garden or a single pot of herbs, your food is your future. So grow something, because when we grow food, we grow freedom. So from our growing family to yours here at the Agway Homestead, we thank you for rocking with us. This Mother's Day, once again, we honor the ones who taught us to plant, taught us to protect, taught us to pray, and taught us to preserve. We are because they are and they were. If you haven't done so already, subscribe, like, share, and let us know what you're learning in your own garden. What are you doing? What's happening there? Until next time, stay rooted, stay ready, keep planting those seeds of prosperity for generations to come.